everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This will be a crafty video, and I wanted to show some things that I got at Costco. So I have been, I guess, in and out of sleep. I had three exams today and one quiz. Um, One was like a pop exam. So that's like one of it's the practice exam that is on the certification board website, and we have access to it as, um, we were given access as students for a certain period of time, and that was one of the things on the agenda. So I'm happy that I passed the practice exam because it seems hopeful. I we just started studying for the national exam, so I feel like I could definitely get the grade up so that there's wiggle room. It might be surprising, but the passing is around like 60 and above. It is like 60 and above, and there's like 10 questions that are maybe the hardest questions or the difficult questions that are, if you get them right, they count, but they could be, I hope it's the right word, like disregarded in a way if you don't get them correct. And recently there has been a notice saying that it's going to be updated, and they frequently update things with the pharmacy technician certification, um, and they're making it so the passing is around 50%. And I wouldn't quote myself completely, but I feel like I was told there was like less of the drug questions. So that will increase the chances, and it'll give me more wiggle room. Again, we just started practicing and like studying for it, so I feel like I could do more, but I'm happy. I know that when I moved here, I had to take the driver's written test again, um, because there was like a mix up with the last state that I was in, and I haven't taken a state written test since I first got my license, so it was a surprise for me. And I did have to study that, and I heard for this state that they made it so it was higher chances of passing, so there are significantly less questions than when I first started driving. It's like nearly half of it that you don't need, and this state doesn't require parallel parking. I didn't have to do that part, but that was a requirement for when I started driving. So, um, it could be like the same, or on like maybe the spectrum with that, with wanting more people to take the certification exam and to pass. So I'm fortunate that I did do some I mainly did compounding. I started off as the master herbalist at the last state that I was in. So, or the last state that I worked in because I was moving around a little bit. And that gave me like a little bit of an overview and introduction to the language of, well, there's medical terminology, but I feel like, well, they say that um, drugs are a language in themselves because it just has a flow of and way and like the different parts of the word as with a lot of languages and topics that they have meanings on top of meanings and you combine the or you have different combinations and then it makes the words and it could, well, it does help you identify what the word means. So there there's more to the um, curriculum aside from just drugs. So it it's more of like a pharmacy in general, and then we're geared towards what technicians can do, and there's different avenues that you can take as a technician. So um, usually you would hear that they would count, and of course that's something that you do. I'm already thinking about because I was like when I first was deciding if I wanted to do this, it would be an increase of pay and then there's more credibility because they want you to have a lot of places want you to have like an accredited source for education. um, it is like forking out money and I'm fortunate that I'm not paying for it, but I want to see how else I expand and what else I do in the realm of pharmacy and anything else. So I was recommended a couple of websites because I do want to have a remote job. I think that's like a nice thing for me because I travel a lot. So there, I was recommended. Well, one is a translation of the other, but work.ua, robota. Um, or robota.ua. Hopefully, I said that correctly. olx.ua/UK. So I'm thinking because um, I got English pretty packed down in my, I guess you could call it skills, but it, I guess it kind of comes in handy. Um, so I, I just wanted to show that I did put my keychains on here. And this bag actually comes in like super duper handy. Um, who am I right now? I think because I had, oh, so there was the practice exam, there was the exam that I already knew was going to happen, and another one that I knew that was going to happen was another practice exam for the national exam, because we're having, that's included weekly now, and then on top of that, there's like other quizzes for it. So, sorry, there's a book. Give me 1 second. I can't see it because of the carpet. There's a lot of crickets here, and Like right when it turns around like 6 o'clock, you'll start hearing them more. And um, I did pick my parents up the other, well, the other day on Sunday, and Sunday, um, they were. That's why I went to Costco with them, and um, I think my dad felt bad because Uh, we were supposed to fill my tank up after picking him up because I have a tendency of not putting a lot of gas in my car. And I guess like it didn't happen. Well, and I was like, which car am I gonna use? But the other car was already being used. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll use my car. And there wasn't really gas in it. Sometimes I kind of just, because I mean, I've been driving my car for a while. I know it's not the best. And then I've driven a lot of Toyotas, so because those are the cars that I've mainly had over the years. So I have an idea of like how much I could like um go without filling my tank. So um sometimes I do fill it, but it wasn't filled before I left for class, and luckily I tend to leave a little earlier. Technically, I leave earlier anyway, just in case. I didn't leave as early as I wanted to, but it was early enough to where I could rush in to get gas. And I say rush in because the main gas station that's on the way to, like, I guess is it the highway that I go on to get to the college, for some reason, like you can usually tap like your phone with the card or tap your card, and a lot of gas stations just like let you feel like that. But this specific gas station, like for some reason, it always errors out when I try to do any of that. So then I had to go in and like um do it. I think because maybe I don't know. There's like an extra fee like if you use your card at their gas station. Use your like a debit card charge. So I didn't put a lot in today either, but I did manage to get there in time because that's also like points if you don't show up to class on time. So I was like, no, this is like towards the end of the course and I don't want anything to happen. So I ended up making it on time. I still had like a couple minutes where I didn't have to run in to get to class. But hopefully I didn't drop anything because like one of my pockets from my backpack was open and I was like, whatever. Well, I didn't realize it until I got to the classroom. Um, there was another drug quiz because the next set of drugs that we have, and then because it's the end of this term and there's like technically the main one last main term, and then we still have like assignments when we're on our externship. That's different. um we can't see the new section until like maybe Monday. Yeah, on Monday. So I can't get a head start on that area, but I can get a head start on like the drug words or like the drugs, and I could study more because that's also on the exam. Um, like they'll test you like what's a duplication because they could be in the same family, or um, there's what drugs have like this specific um, indication, or what this does, and what type of auxiliary label warning or like label should it have based off what you know of the drug, because a drug um, might be more affected um, when you drink alcohol, and it's noted to know that, or like what shouldn't you eat or have um, while taking this medication. And then there's like the math that's in there and the law and or like the math or the processing and data entry, I feel like, and then other sections. Um, so keep going. Um, I do have another meeting with my student. I feel weird calling them students because I did clear some stuff. Um, hmm, the other items are kind of like, because I wanted to try them out. I've been wanting to get more into embroidery, and this kind of like, I stumbled across it this, in Costco. So I was kind of surprised that it was there. I know that they have clothes there, but I was surprised with this. Um, maybe there's like a book section or like another section that I didn't look into, but I saw this in a random spot. Like I was looking to see, because sometimes I'm like, do I want to try to get like chips or something? And then I just don't get them. And it was in the chip section. And what I think what happened was maybe somebody asked a, their parent if they or their parents if they could get this, and they're like no, and that so they just like put it aside, or maybe not, because like I know that there's a lot of people that absolutely love this movie, and it would maybe surprise people that like I like the movie, but I wouldn't say like maybe it was like a different time when it came out to where when I actually saw it, um, because I didn't see this movie when I was little, so I didn't really connect to it in that way. And with the long intro, it's the Nightmare Before Christmas, and there's like it says that there's different, like you can make two projects with this. So there's one project here, and I don't know if it's like correct to say like a gothic romance. I think that would be kind of fun. Or like kind of like a spooky one, because I don't know if it would completely define like gothic. But let me open it. I thought it would be festive because, well, even though it's like Christmas time, it would take place. In my brain, when it's August, that's when it's spooky season, and it's my favorite time of the year. This is why some people don't talk to me, because they're just like, Adrian, you're fucking weird. And it wouldn't be able to change those things about myself. Like, I remember, like, a long time ago, there's this guy that liked me, and then he started, getting to know me, and he was like, she's too weird. And I'm like, okay. Um, so includes everything you need to make two projects, instructions to make 10 frightfully fun creations. So I don't know if I showed the back. This is the back. And maybe I should revisit this movie again. I'm not sure. I just like there's certain things that stuck with me in childhood up till now. And this wasn't like a childhood movie for me, so I think that's like one of the bigger things about it. So there's the hoop, and there's the Halloween colors. I just wanted to see like how it was. So and I can always hang it somewhere because I tend to be a maximalist when it comes to decorating stuff. So the fabric, calico, 2 needles, 7 skeins of colorful embroidery floss to complete 2 knit projects, iron-on transfer sheets for all 10 projects, book with step-by-step instructions for all 10 projects. So I was pretty interested in like what it would be because I see some embroidery kits and oh, that's fun. Okay, so this is what it comes with. So there's the different, what's it called? Um, trans iron on transfer sheets. So I'm not sure because I was thinking I could do the front one. With Sally, I'm restless. I can't help it. So there's that one. And with the regular nail polish saga, it clings on a little more than the other ones right now because of the soap that we use in lab, but the main thing is that it kind of stains a lot easier than the gel one. So we'll see. And I was kind of waiting to see what the externship would say about like the nail situation because like there's a lot of places that I can wear nails at and I didn't have a problem. I did do non-sterile compounding, but I'll see. Where we'll get it right next time. So there's also this, the trick-or-treaters, I think. Again, I don't really know. But I think it would be fun. I don't know if I want to do this in October or starting earlier and then having it finished by Halloween. But then again, I could have it finished by Christmas. I don't want to give myself that long of a deadline. Should I give myself a deadline? Yeah, I think I should because some might disagree, but I don't want to take years doing it. Which there's a good chance it could happen if I don't do it, um, or I don't have like, I guess a short-term goal for it. So that's fun. The different types of embroidery. Because I wanted to do more traditional embroidery at some point. I don't want to really give the directions. think this will be fun to do. But geez, do I want to go through another rabbit hole of embroidery? Because, like, I think the biggest thing is that since I move around a lot, I try to center my hobbies to being, um, like in the range of like they kind of go together, and embroidery would go together with my other crafting, but I think it's thinking too deeply into it because I haven't even started this, and on the other hand, I'm thinking this could also be something to carry along, or I could do it in warmer climates more than knitting, but I have been knitting. I'm going to show the progress on that actually. So this is my progress on the hat. At first I was like, well, I was trying it and I was like, is this too big? Well, it's not too big on me, but I already like bigger or slouchier hats anyway for me. And I think it could fit somebody. And this is going in the package too. And I think I might focus on hats and try to do like an even smaller size. And maybe because like I used alpaca yarn that it might be different with like that stretch. But I do like the way that it turned out. I actually like this main color, and I maybe at some point I'll make a hat with it too. Another hat. But I'm currently doing the decreases and then it'll be done. So it's like just about here. And I mean, it covers the ears. The only thing is if you do fold it up, I didn't do like the 4 inch, or it was free at the time, so I'm sorry if it wasn't, if it's not free anymore. I don't think it is free anymore, I'm sorry. But usually it would be like, to fold it, it would be around 4 inches. So I don't, I only did 2 inches. So it will cover the ears. And it's comfortable, so well for me. So I'm hoping that somebody likes it. I'll include it still. I don't think it's too big. And I was getting like the itch to do another part of the motanka because I've been kind of slowly putting it together. So it's literally like right next to me. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a different fabric for the head because I'm using like one of those bed sheets that tend to be like it's been washed a couple times, which isn't bad, but it's very soft. Um, but I think I'll add more aspects or like different elements to it. Um, and that's like a tail. I think it could be cool looking. But for some reason I want to add like this ivory color for the hair. I was thinking maybe I'd do a little more orange, but that's not coming to mind, so I guess I'm not doing that. So I think I might add that. Maybe I'll do some braids. Or maybe I won't braid it and then I'll put it on and see how it is. And then I'll decide if they're gonna be braided or not. So this is Shetland wool. So that'll be the next part of it. And it's been slow with it because the ideas have been gradually coming together, but I'm happy that it's not like something that I stopped doing because I literally look at it every day just to like see when inspiration hits. I don't know what inspiration it was supposed to be, but for some reason I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this for the hair. Think I might add the orange. I might add the other plaid to make a mini scarf for it because there it looks like there's a lot of a lot of layers, and that's what I feel like kind of is the essence of fall is like, and even winter too. Like you layer stuff, and there's just so much. I feel like there's a lot of detail with that, and I that could be why I love it too. So I think I could add like a little scarf, which is the sliver. I'll see what I have for both projects. Um, so last thing I got was I opened it already because I wanted to use one of the things. So I don't know why they have it in like containers like this or like formatted like this, but in these in like the those types of sections where there's maybe soap or cream or even supplements that they come like this. Um, I still haven't found a sunscreen that I like, but I'm happy that I got like at least lotion that I prefer. Um, I'm not saying I don't need the sunscreen. I I rarely leave like well if I go outside it's like a minimum of maybe 10 minutes like I don't stay outside. Even though the mailbox, well there's like I don't know you call it the area where all the mailboxes are. It's a little further down. Like you could definitely walk there, but I'm not gonna walk there. I just like I was thinking I told the person sitting next to me, I'm like, I will sleep well because of all of the things that we are doing today or that we did today, yesterday. Um, been happy. The drug um, quiz got 100. The exam got 100, and then it did help a little bit with the practice exam, but can it's helpful that I write down all of the math problems at the very least, just to make sure that I have an idea of what could be on there, because I did um, take note of another conversion that was pretty, that was popping up pretty frequently, and that was the ounce to grams. So now I'm really focusing on that too. As I said, the last thing is this NYX Professional Makeup Butter Gloss. Shiny gloss, never sticky, cruelty free. It comes in sugar glass, which is the one that I already took out and used. The I'm sorry, praline. Oh my god. Creme brulee, I thought that was like kind of an ode to childhood because it's not the same shade. It's like this shade. The other one was a more golden shimmery color that I think I got from Bath and Body Works like when I was little. I don't know, somebody got it for me and my parents probably. And I just love that um, lip gloss, and it smelled so nice. And this kind of reminds me of the smell too, kind of a warm, sweet smell. I do use a well, I did use a vitamin E oil for a lot of the time because my um other oilier chapstick that I like to use with this lipstick was running out, so I switched over to the vitamin E oil because I did want it to have the glossy effect, which it did help a lot with that. The only thing was it kept like getting on my teeth, and sometimes like it happens, but it happens more often than other products that I used. And I still like the product, and I don't know. It's one of those. I mean, just to say it's a vegan product, and I appreciated that. And I'll still keep it like in the makeup cabinet in the bathroom. But I was like, man, I kind of want to have something that doesn't constantly get on my teeth. And I would like blot it or I like here at least, because I want it to still be kind of like glossy. And so when I saw this, I was like, you know, I think that would be a nice effect. And I did use other NYX lipsticks, and a lot of the ones that I like, they're like getting discontinued, and I would like get other lipsticks to be like, okay, well maybe this is a different time where I use this type of lipstick, and I do really love the shade that I have right now. It's called Fire Sign, so it's kind of like not like just I wouldn't say it's like an orangey red, but it has like I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a chameleon, or it's bright but not a flat shade, and I like how it has where you can like make it more glossy than what it is. Like it's not like super, it's not a matte lipstick, and it only costs what like $2-3. Um, so the lipsticks sometimes I would get were like maybe around I don't remember. I think it was like around $8, maybe 12. I know that's a range, somewhere around there for the NYX lipsticks. And then there's some expensive makeup, but I'm not really looking at like what you call brands specifically. I want to make sure that like they work well, but and I like the way that I interpret it on my face. I don't know. But I'll I'll see because I do like these other shades, but I'm not sure when I would use them. You know, since the warmer season's coming up, I like using like a mauve type of lips too. And one of the NYX ones was Moonwalk, and I that's a specific shade because it's like literally a grayish purple lipstick, but it kind of just goes with me. So, I think it's a nice balance to be honest. So I do like this shade. And I feel like their glosses have a nice payoff too, but this is the Praline. So at least there's like other shades that I could use if I really wanted to change it up. I have um tiramisu, I like the names. And then even the one that I keep like mispronouncing, then the creme brulee. So I think that this is gonna be fun to have. Not gonna lie, I kind of just I don't really change what I do, but kind of a little bit variations with lipsticks at the very least. So I think that's it. I definitely want to start cutting this, and I want to start oh, that was from the bag that well I that's like the bag strap that I cut off the excess, so I'll put that somewhere else. But I love this plaid, and I really want to maybe make more plaid stuff because they're just so fun. And we'll see what the measurements are for this because I feel like I could get a good amount of this one. I'm gonna do a row less than what I did last time because that one was touching the ground too much. And I noticed with like clothes that I make, like if it touches the ground, it gets much dirtier than something that I would get at the store. I'm gonna start I think I might do the other camouflage hat because I have that already. I don't have everything set up for it, but I do have like the main panels, like the front and back of it already. So I can cut up other things. So thank you guys so much for watching. I have technically no work until Sunday, or yeah, Sunday, but I'll try to study on other things and study on the exam too. So at least it'll be there'll be productivity there. So I'll see you in another video. Bye.